welcome. Thanks for joining us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about to get underway. And starting in this one, number 32. What do we need to know here?
Well, just a three-pitch mix in his arsenal, which, it's not a lot for a starter. So always very important for him to have a good feel and command all three. Sometimes you can make that three look like four if you add or subtract a little bit of velocity on one. But, one thing about it, it can be easy to get too predictable out there on the mound. So hitters are aware of that. Mixing those three pitches in all counts is going to be a big key for him in this one.
Foul ball. He goes down looking.
Well, oftentimes that's the pitch he's trying to set up, the curveball. He'll lean on it pretty heavily, so you got to be expecting it, look for it, and sell out so you don't miss it when you get it.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. This is Bryce Terang. And that's in there for strike one. One down, base is empty. And fouled off. That hits the dirt, and it's 1-2. That one missed. 2-2 on the way. And that's outside.
Really good take, especially with two strikes.
The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball four.
That's a tough one to swallow right there. If you're on the mound, you're ahead in the count 0-2, and you just couldn't find a way to put him away. It's going to be frustrating if that one comes back to bite him.
Over to first, and he's saved. And now it's William Contreras. That one ripped. Hat going back some more, off the scoreboard and out of here. A mammoth blast to right, a shot to left, and the Brewers have the lead. It's 2-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Now it's Christian Yelich. In there, and it's 0-1. There's a strike.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
And that one is lifted in the air. Suzuki has a beat on it. He makes the catch, and there's two down. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and a guy is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
There's a strike.
1-1.
And there's a ball.
2-1.
Flips the corner. And now 2-2. Next offering is fouled back. Next one misses. And now 3-2. Kicks and deals. Got him. That's out number 3. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And it's 2-zip. Back here at Wrigley Field, and our pitcher in this game, number 32.
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
We go to the bottom of the first. Here's Nico Horner. Base hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee. And now let's see it.
Horner on the go. Pitch outside. Throw to second. Tag. And they got him.
Well, this is a real momentum killer after the leadoff single. Tried to steal second base on the first pitch. Defense was all over it. Nicely done from behind the plate with the catch and throw. And a quick tag before he reaches the base.
The 1-0.
Hey, ha. 1-1.
Pulls that one foul. One, 2 now. Down and in, moved his feet.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
And now it's filled up. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Right-hander kicks, deals, and that's ball 4.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
And now it's Alex Bregman. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Bregman, who had a great career at LSU. He was the second overall pick in 2015. He wears that number on his back, number 2. And Singy, he was a big Derek Jeter fan growing up. The 1-0. Good eye right there.
Well, Boog, a lot of guys would love to be taken in the first round and second overall, but Alex Bregman seems to have carried that as a chip on his shoulder over the years, not being the number 1 pick overall. And he's played in such a way where he's always trying to show people that he's the best, and it's translated on both sides of the ball.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Well, just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
In half up to hit. Swing and a miss. Swung on, popped up on the infield. And the infield fly is called. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Can't glove it cleanly, but goes to second with it, and they get the out. Stay with the play, and that'll end the inning. Cubs strand a couple, and they're down 2-0. Welcome back. Here's a speed threat. Garrett Mitchell. And a pitch. In for a strike. 0-1. To the right side, Bush. And a quick out, number 1. Here's the third baseman, Luis Rengifo. Right back to him on the mound. On to first. 2 up, 2 down. Sal Frelick will hit next. In there for strike 1. And he flips a breaking ball in there or a changeup.
Either one. Something off speed. Good arm action on it. Whatever it was.
And down on strikes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nobody left for Milwaukee. They're up 2-0. Back here at the ballpark, we head to the bottom of the second, and here's the DH for the Cubs, Moises Ballesteros. And first offering is fouled off. Hit in the air, right field. Makes a nice running catch. And there's one away.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Dansby Swanson stands in. That one's in there, 0-1. Dansby Swanson's turned into one of the best defensive shortstops in baseball, Chris. And a lot of the help came from Ron Washington, but Dansby put in the work. And he deals. Swing and a pop-up. Terang settles underneath it, and there's 2 down.
Batting eighth, the center fielder,
Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. And first offering is fouled off. At the belt and fires. And it's fouled away. Righty to the plate. And now 1-2.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Kicks and fires. In the dirt. On to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. Here at Wrigley Field, all set for the start of the inning. Now here is David Hamilton. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. Hamilton in his 3rd season, 25 years old, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2019. Oh, and 1 now. There's a strike.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Pretty much textbook pitching for the 3-pitch K right there. Jumped ahead 0-2 on 2 pitches he didn't want to go after at the plate. Then, knowing he's going to be a little more aggressive trying to protect, he expands just out of the zone where he couldn't do anything with it. He gets the strikeout and keeps the pitches thrown to a minimum. Very nice.
Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder, number 11. And first offering is fouled off. The wind of the pitch. And a swing and a miss.
0-2.
And that skips in the dirt. Yeah, the 1-2 misses to even the count. Check swing, tried to hold up, now an appeal to first. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Terang stands in here, takes ball 1 low. The walk and a run scored his first time. The wind and the pitch. And he takes a strike. That's in there. 1-2.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Way high. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. The pitch. Terang checks his swing, appeal to third, and he held up. Three and two now. Gets under it and pops it up. Bregman settles under it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers, but they're on top 2-0. Back here at the friendly confines. And now the catcher comes up to him. Miguel Amaya. That one finds the corner. That's strike one. Amaya getting the start at catcher. Hitting ninth in today's lineup. And he was born in Panama. And the 0-1.
No, that missed. That's a ball. 1-1.
And the righty deals. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch. Perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
And here it comes. And that one missing low. .99 miles per hour to finish him off.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy. Tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Corner in the box now as he looks at ball one. Second plate appearance of the day for him. 1 for 1. He led off the bottom of the first with a single. Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touchdown for a hit. Around first, heading for 2. Now around second, going for third. Hamilton with a relay throw. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Fastball off the plate a little bit, but a really nice job of going with it. Punched it to the opposite field for that knock.
Michael Bush, the next Cub to hit. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. Ripped on the ground a second. Terang over to first in time. But they cut it to 1 as the run comes in. Here's Alex Bregman. He reached on a walk his first time. Off the plate, ball 1. Bregman measures 6 feet even, 190 pounds, and he's a former All-Star Game MVP. Swing and a miss.
1-1.
And the count is 1-1. Swings through that.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Off the outside edge, and now the count is 2-2. Next pitch way upstairs. Swings and misses, struck him out. So it's 1 run on 1 base hit, no errors, and nobody left on. 3 innings complete. It's the Brewers 2 and the Cubs 1. New inning getting started. Here's the catcher, William Contreras. The line to kick the pitch. Swung on, belted. That one back. Caught just shy of the wall.
Thought that was a no-doubter. I think the wind was holding that in this ballpark.
And now it's Christian Yelich. 0 for 1 with a flyout. First offering misses badly for ball 1. Here comes a pitch. Swings and misses. And it's 1-1.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Righty delivers. Hard hit right side. And he takes it himself for the out. So up next, number 9. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And that's in there for strike 1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
2 outs. That one pulled foul. Oh, 2 now. That's inside.
1-2.
Off the mark there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Executed that pitch very nicely, just missed with it.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Runs it up to 96 to record the punch. Still lead it 2-1. And welcome back. Bottom 4, digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Ian Happ. The pitch. There's a strike. Cubs made Ian Happ a first-round pick in 2015. He played at the University of Cincinnati as an infielder. Played a little bit of outfield, but a guy in 2022. What a year, Chris. Both an all-star and a gold glover. And a pitch. Foul back our way, and that's out of play.
Yeah, and wins that gold glove as a left fielder, and it's a guy that was a pretty good center fielder as well. But, you know, one of the things for him is just being able to be in the same spot every day. I think it increases the comfort level and allows that athletic ability to really shine.
Next offering upstairs. Next pitch, not close, up high. And that one in the air center field. 1 down. Seiya Suzuki now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. That's in there. 0-1. Now 1-1. Next offering misses. Yeah, that's ball 2.
2-2.
And another ball.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
And there's ball 4.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Man at first with 1 gone. And now the DH, Moises Ballesteros. Checks over to first, back safely. And that misses off the outside edge. Next offering is in for a strike.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit, and not an easy one to throw either.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of a double play here.
And now it's even up. Suzuki leads off first with 1 away. Next offering is outside.
So here we go. Base runner at first, could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Sets him down on strikes. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike 3. And next for the Cubs, Dansby Swanson. That one misses, and it's 1-0. The pitch. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
And the right-hander deals. Misses outside. And now 3-0. Pete Crow Armstrong waiting for a turn at the plate. And the pitch. That just missed. He walked him on 4 pitches.
Gosh, another walk in this one. Man, he is having some real issues with control.
First and second, 2 down. So up now for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. Slider clips the zone. The other way, and that's a fair ball. Suzuki headed for the plate. He scores to tie it up. It's 2-2.
Gets it done to drive in the run and tie it back up. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
And now it's Miguel Amaya. Good eye right there.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Here's a 1-1. And that's downstairs and outside.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Next one is off the plate. And the count is 3-1. Nico Horner to bat next. And a 3-1 on the way. There's the strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Line, and that's a base hit. The run comes in from second. 3-2. They take the lead.
His confidence level is so high. Really nice job of coming through in a big spot. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Nico Horner.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
First pitch, not close. Horner, a guy you think about with a strong baseball IQ, but just the overall smarts. He comes from an educational background. Both of his parents at one time taught at Stanford, and his mom currently is on the faculty at Cal. Swings and misses. And it's 1-1. Bullpen activity starting up now. Number 55 up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Two on, two outs. And now 2-1.
He's been trying to tease the zone with that slider, but these hitters have showed patience, not going outside the strike zone.
The pitch. In the air, out towards left center. Fraley settles under it and makes the catch. And that will end the inning. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Cubs 3 and the Brewers 2. Ready now for the 5th inning. Up now for Milwaukee, Garrett Mitchell. And that one fouled off.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Next pitch misses. 1-1. And that one a little bit high. Two down. And there's a base hit to left.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
No outs. Runner at first. Next to hit, Luis Rengifo. He's 0 for 1. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. And ball 1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Mitchell on at first, nobody out. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Great jump. Kicks and deals. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Pitch. Got a good eye there.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
No outs. Runner on second. The next pitch misses, and the count's full. Sal Frelick in the Milwaukee on deck circle. Runner leads away at second. Fights it off. You'll see another. Payoff pitch. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
Here's the left fielder, Sal Frelick. And a foul ball. Bunt attempt, popped up. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's one down. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Now it's the shortstop, David Hamilton. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
One out. Runners at first and second. Next offering upstairs. Line drive, caught. Throw behind the runner, and they've got him doubled off. Milwaukee leaves one, and it's still a 3-2 ball game. Back now to start the bottom of the fifth, and taking over on the mound, number 55.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Bush, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike one. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Out towards right center field. Mitchell snags it on the run. Now it's Alex Bregman. A strikeout and a walk. And first offering is fouled off. Singy, this guy was a shortstop most of his life. He's transitioned very nicely to third base, and the power has come at the major league level. And now the lefty fought off foul.
Yeah, and one thing, even though we don't see a whole lot of bunting these days, I've always been impressed with how he's been able to make that play up the third base line and throw firm to first to get the out.
Caught him looking for the K.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle, so I got to think he was looking away and just...
Oh, this pitch rides in too far. That got him.
Well, it's safe to say he won't be getting invited to the charity golf tournament this offseason.
So digging in, Seiya Suzuki. And that one off the outside edge. Hat off of first with 2 away. Next pitch is outside. And a strike in there. Step off, throw to first. Pat back easily. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Left field. Frelick has a beat on it. And that is that. Cubs lead one, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. New pitcher on now, Corbin Martin.
Power slider guy, Boog. He throws it hard and gets a lot of late movement, so it's tough to pick up.
Number 38, Corbin.
So the batting order turns over. Here's the leadoff man for the Brewers, number 11. And here it comes. There's the strike. And there's a foul ball. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
And now the 0-1. And that one is inside ball 1.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
Left-hand batter waits. Swings and pulls it foul to the right side. One and two now. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Center field. Crow Armstrong running hard to get it. Got it. Nice grab. And that quickly 2 away. On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. And here's the catcher, William Contreras. First pitch, and he just misses. Contreras, an all-star a season ago, 25 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. And the 1-0. Now he breaks his bat, and foul ball. And the pitch. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. The 1-2. And a ball evens the count.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Slings it across. Third out. Nobody left for Milwaukee. They trail it 3-2. Well, 1-run game. Now it'll be the Cubs DH. Moises Ballesteros. Ball 1, no strikes. wind of the pitch. That one missed. Activity in the bullpen for the Brewers. Grant Anderson, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. And he deals. And that's too high. .3-0 down. And there's a strike.
3-1.
The 3-1. There's a strike.
Count is full.
And he walked him.
You get a walk, and you get a walk. Everyone gets a walk, Boog.
Man at first, Dansby Swanson, the next Cub to hit. Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. Throw, and they got him.
2 unsuccessful stolen base attempts tonight, so I think this is where we probably see them change up their plan offensively. The running game just isn't working, and those are costly outs, so they're going to have to string together some hits and change things up a little bit.
Next pitch misses inside. And 1-1.
Dansby Swanson, this is a guy who kind of had a target on his back. #1 overall pick out of Vanderbilt. People were expecting a whole lot, comparing him to Derek Jeter.
This one high in the air to left center. Mitchell gets under it. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, center fielder, Pete.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. And takes low for ball 1. Two down, nobody on. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Going to count 1 and 2.
1 and 2 for count.
And now 2 and 2. The wind of the pitch. Just off the outside edge. And that's ball 4.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Now the Cubs catcher, Miguel Amaya. Move over to first, trying to keep him close. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Crow Armstrong, the runner at first with 2 gone. Fly ball down the line, and that's a fair ball. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. When you pop a ball up like that, you don't expect it to get you a knock too often, but right there, somehow he got it to drop in behind first base, and that's where no one could get to it.
Back to the top of the lineup, Nico Horner, the next Cub to hit. That one the other way. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that'll do it. Cubs strand a couple, but they still lead at 3-2. Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Bobby Milner.
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to contend with. Hitters going to have to pick it up early if they're going to have any chance.
Well, one-run game. Now it's the DH, Christian Yelich. The pitch. That one is upstairs. The tying run at the plate. And a strike. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two. Activity in the bullpen. Phil Maton throwing and getting ready for David Ross. And a pitch.
That's the ball. 2-2.
Got him. And that's the first out. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Number 9 up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. There's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. That misses. 2 balls, no strikes.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
That's in for a strike. And a swing and a miss there.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
The 2-2 now. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Oh, tough night at the dish. Punching out for the 3rd time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
Mitchell in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. 1 for 2. Looking to get the tying run on base. Bounce to the right. Over to first. That ends the frame. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They're down 3-2. Welcome back. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now Michael Busch. Way inside, gets out of the way.
You know, these Cubs doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. You have to be impressed with how they're going about things at the plate. They're drawing 1 walk per inning right now. I drew 1 walk per month during my career.
Busch checks his swing. Appeal down to 3rd. No swing. He held up. Clyde Washington with the call there. Next offering is fouled back. Next one is off the plate, and it's a full count.
And yeah, a lot of the blame for those walks goes to the mound, but I credit these guys for not getting anxious and fed up. They're staying disciplined, which is easier said than done sometimes.
Check swing at the full count offering. Appeal to third. No, he held back. That's ball 4.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
And here is Alex Bregman. Well, that's a base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Ian Happ, the Happ Daddy. First offering misses the mark. Bush on second. Bregman on at first with nobody out. And a 1-1. And there's a ball. 2-1 now. Good eye right there.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
And that'll load the bases.
Oh, this is their chance to break it open. If they don't end up winning this ball game, they're going to look back at this opportunity right here and have some regret.
And next for the Cubs, Seiya Suzuki. And that's down and away.
1 ball, no strike.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
That clips the zone, and the count even at 1.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Here's a 1-2. That's a little bit low.
2-2.
Struck him out looking. Moises Ballesteros, the next Cub to hit. He's a catcher by trade, but the DH here in this one. That one's in there, and that is strike 1. Here comes the pitch.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Pitch misses there, and that is ball 1. At the belt and fires. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Got him swinging. Huge strikeout there.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
And now Dansby Swanson. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1. 2 outs, bases are full. Lifted in the air, right center field. Mitchell really on his horse for it. Got it. Really had to move for that grab. And that's the third out. Cubs wind up leaving the bases loaded, but they're up 3-2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Phil Maton.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Well, one-run game. Luis Rengifo up now for the Brewers. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Swings, and he breaks his bat. Bregman is under it.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
And now here is Sal Frelick. First pitch just misses.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Right-handed reliever. That one catches the corner for a strike. Off the mark there. And a count 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
In the air, left field, down the line. Grabs it on the run. That's out number 2. David Hamilton getting ready to hit. Swing and a bouncer. Corner. Whips it to first. And that is that. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Abner Uribe.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Pete Crow Armstrong digs in now. And a pitch. That misses off the outside edge. Foul ball there. The 1-1. That one ran inside, almost got him. That misses the zone. 3 balls and a strike. (3-1) and he couldn't come up with it.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball 4.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Miguel Amaya over to first, and he's saved. And a foul ball. Crow Armstrong gets his lead at first with nobody out. Inside, just missed. Movement in the bullpen. D.L. Hall up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Anderson, the right-hander, also getting loose. Here's a 1-1. Runner on the go. Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big deal in a tight one-run game like this one. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but they felt good about it, and it paid off. Let's see if they can turn this into a big run.
Runner at second, nobody out. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. The 1-2.
2-2.
The punch out there, and he's down on strikes for the second time today.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider, tried to sit in between, just not able to put the bat on the ball.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Nico Horner. There's the strike. Late with the swing there.
0-2.
1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. Squirts away a little bit. In there safely. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Well, he's got nobody to blame but himself. With 1 out, a runner on third can come home all sorts of ways now. That's why, as a pitcher, you have to execute pitches even better when there are runners on base.
Here's a 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Right-hander kicks, deals. And the 1-2 misses to even the count.
Don't be surprised, a ball on the ground to the corners, that they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
Swing and a ball popped up. That's a base hit as a run scores.
Comes through with the RBI. These days, most outfielders play pretty deep, and I'm not sure if that was a factor there or not, but off the bat, you're thinking it's going to be a pop-out, and it just kind of nestled into that spot where no one was able to get to it. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Next to hit, Michael Busch. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And another ball.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
The 2-2. Little trouble with this one behind the plate.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
And the batter now, Alex Bregman.
Beautiful swing in his last at bat, opposite field knock.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Kicks and fires. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. The 1-1. Rolls foul. One and two here. And that's outside. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. Last chance coming up for the Brewers. Here at Wrigley Field, now it's the right fielder, number 11. Maton back to work. On a line, base hit.
Been a pretty rough game at the plate for him so far. A bunch of strikeouts, so that felt good, I'm sure. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Smash to the left side. Swanson to second, over to first, safe.
Well, an aggressive slide right there at second base, but that's a legal slide. I like that because you're trying to do whatever you can to break up the double play, and it looked like it had an effect on that throw just a little bit. Couldn't get enough on it to get the second out at first for that double play. Nice job by the base runner.
A new pitcher in the game, Jacob Webb, and he has some nasty breaking stuff. Here's the catcher, William Contreras. He's already homered here in this one. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. Tying run at the plate. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. The throw is wild and it gets away.
Everything came together for him. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Next is the designated hitter, Christian Yelich. In there, and it's 0-1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Terang, the lead runner at second. Contreras at first. One gone. Up the middle. Stops it on a slide. Swanson over to second. On to first. Save. So they get one, but a really nice try there. Substitution now at first base. Pinch running here, Brandon Lockridge. So up next, number 9. Ground ball up the middle. And there it is.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
And your final 4-2. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Sciambi saying so long.